Good evening and hello to all of you gathered there in Columbia, Pennsylvania. My name is George Goolsby and I'm the chairman of the For All Time 75th Anniversary Endowment and Capital Campaign. I want to welcome you to the For All Time 75th Anniversary Celebration and Recognition Reception. I'm sorry I can't be with you tonight. As you enjoy your evening there, I will be on my way to South Africa for a personal trip with my wife. However, I'm 100% with you there in spirit. As you know, it is the purpose of our campaign to raise $7.5 million, and we've always hoped to do so by this evening. So this night is dedicated to you, our donors, and our special guests. We want to thank you for joining us in our endeavor to see our NAWCC survive and thrive for the next 75 years and perhaps for all time. We also welcome our special horological guests from all corners of the globe. Our community includes many aspects of horology and gear-related technology. Tonight we have representatives from the Morris Museum of New Jersey, which includes the Guinness Collection, one of the world's most important collections of mechanical musical instruments and automata. We have representatives from Grand Seiko Watches, Hamilton Watches, RGM Watches, Vortic Watches, Rolex, and 3 auction houses, Christie's, Bonhams, and Catone's. In addition, we have several writers, collectors, dealers, and experts from the watch and clock industries. Tonight is about appreciation and celebration. We appreciate and celebrate your generosity and faithful support of the NAWCC, which includes the National Watch and Clock Museum, the National Watch and Clock Library, the NAWCC School of Horology and our education programs, our publications including world-class horology books, the Bulletin and the Mart, our social media communications and watch news, our international NAWCC Ward Francelon Time Symposium, and our Global Association community. You will be treated tonight to some wonderful music, displays of 3D virtual watchmaking technology, of course some good food and some good drinks. There will be several special presentations. We have donated door prizes and a silent auction, and there's a special 75th commemorative online watch auction for you to participate in. We hope you have a wonderful evening. We also have a special video playing in the auditorium that you should catch. It features many from among our audience tonight. It tells some wonderful stories of time, and it shows where the NAWCC came from and what our future vision is for all time. We recognize the vision and forethought of many of our volunteer leaders going back at least to 2011, who saw the need for an endowment campaign and a funding mechanism. With us tonight are Ruth Overton and Jerry Thornsberry, who organized an early task force to work on the idea of an endowment campaign. Those on that early task force included Phil Gregory, Joanne Orr, Tom McIntyre, David Lee, and Steve Humphrey, who of course was then our executive director. As a result of the work they put in, and particularly the efforts of Jerry Thornsberry to canvass our membership to gain opinions about an endowment campaign and to secure some professional help to advise us about a campaign, we rolled forward to 2013 when I joined the board and when that board formally approved the pursuit of the endowment campaign. Well, that was all in the past, but obviously we've been working all the way up to the present, and I want to recognize the present composition of both the campaign task force as well as those on our present development committee. With respect to the campaign itself, as I mentioned, I am the chairman, but the committee includes Ruth Overton, Jerry Thornsberry, and Robert Gary. The development committee is currently chaired by Robert Gary. I'm a member of that committee as well, and the other members are Jay Dutton and John Cody. We have also a new director of development, in the person of Rebecca Hickey. She goes by Becky, and I hope while you're here this week you'll have an opportunity to visit with Becky. She is an outstanding person and has been of tremendous help to us. At this time, I want to ask Tom Wilcox to call these volunteers forward, and I ask for other volunteers to hand out champagne and the non-alcoholic sparkling juice to everyone for a toast. We also would like to have Steve Humphrey come forward. I'll pause now while those people come forward. Before we toast, I would also like to recognize and thank our sponsors for the evening. The sponsors for this reception include Roland Murphy and RGM Watches, our friends and partners from Hamilton Watches, RT Custer and Vortic Watches, again our friends at Catone, Sam, Cindy, and Matt and others, my home chapter, San Jacinto Chapter 139, and our local support from Union Community Bank. We thank you for those sponsorships. I also want to acknowledge in-kind donation sponsors. They would include Hannah Wilcox Burr and Zachary Burr for the video that's showing in the auditorium. Also the donation of the Illinois Watch in its Hamilton years as door prizes and silent auction items by Fred Friedberg. I want to acknowledge the help we got from Susquehanna Printing and also local support from Mainstay Suites and Sleep In and Suites. But lastly and not least, of course, is our thanks to you, our kind and thoughtful donors. I ask for a round of applause for all of these sponsors and all of you as donors. Thanks again for your overly generous support and gifts. We had some late donations come in, even as I was taping this. I've had to tape it more than once as a result of what we would call the late returns. Thank you again for reaching deep and giving so generously. Your investment in the NAWCC will pay dividends now and for at least the next 75 years. You all are greatly appreciated. Now, as I tape this commentary, I know that we had a little over $6.6 million in our fund value to date. So, as I began taping, that leaves us short about $900,000. I was hoping to hear we might have gained more, but of course I have to tape this in advance and I can't quite know whether we'll reach it or not. But at this point, we're $900,000 short of our goal. Oh, just a minute. I think I hear Kathy over here. Kathy, my wife, has got a note for me. Just a moment. Well, I think I've just gotten some returns from the rural precincts, and it's wonderful news. I've just received the news that a very generous donor who wishes to be known as the New Hampshire horologist has announced that he will see that we reach our goal this evening and then some to get us closer to that ultimate $40 million endowment that I mentioned earlier. In particular, it says here he has bequeathed $1 million tonight, and that means that we have reached our goal. As we rejoice this evening, we have over $7.6 million committed to the For All Time campaign. I think that's worth another big round of applause. I now think it's probably time to toast. I know I have my drink and I hope you've gotten yours in hand. I'm looking forward to this toast. I hope you will join me in this toast because I want to acknowledge you as our donors. I want to acknowledge our sponsors. I want to thank the New Hampshire horologist, and I want to say a big thanks to NAWCC for what it's meant to me, and I know what it has meant to you. So this is to the NAWCC for all time. I think I'm going to have some beverages after this, and perhaps it's a good time for me to say good night. So at this time, I'm going to turn the program back to you there in Columbia. I hope you have a wonderful week and a great evening this evening. Safe travels wherever you may go for all time.